winning the postmortem than winning the board. If you lead partner's suit and it turns out to be, like you never bid, but partner did, and you lead partner's suit and it turns out to be a bad lead, you will never get criticized. If you don't lead partner's suit and you get a bad result because you didn't lead partner's suit, you're in trouble. And you will have a very hard time justifying it. We're not quite as antiquated. There used to be a saying, I can't remember it. It was one of the old bridge stalwarts used to say that the saying was something like, there were 2 acceptable reasons for not leading your partner's suit on opening lead. One was you were void, that was excusable, and B was sudden death at the table before you had a chance to lead. It's not quite that rigid. But my feeling about leading partner's suit is if you don't clearly have a better lead, look, sometimes you know what the right defense is. You're like, okay, partner bid this suit, but actually I've got a really good sequence and I think it's a better lead. Or I could lead partner's suit, but boy, this auction screamed for a trump lead. So I'm not gonna lead partner's suit, I'm gonna lead trump. Sometimes you get some indicators that tell you there's a better lead. If there's any shred of doubt, I think I would rather lead partners.
So what in partner's suit should you lead?
I think I have an example coming up for that after the break. So hold that thought, because that question always comes up, and I am prepared for it. When you lead partner's suit, which card should you lead in the suit? We will be talking about that. There's a little more discussion to it.
Isn't there a difference if they volunteered the suit or if they were responding to you with a 4-card major?
We get into the territory of, did you raise the suit? Did you ever support the suit during the auction, or were you silent? Things like that. So, I want to give you the bad leads quickly, which again are on your sheet, but and then we will take a short break after that. I don't even recall read them on the whiteboard, if that's okay. We'll just talk through them here. Leading an unsupported ace. If you see the term unsupported ace, we mean leading ace without king behind it. Unless you're leading partner's suit. So you might go partner bid the suit and you're leading partner's suit, you would probably start with the ace. But if it's a suit that your side hasn't bid, usually a bad idea to lead the ace without the king behind it. And the reason for that is simply, if declare has the king, you might be setting up that king. Whereas if declare has to attack that suit and you just hold off, let your ace cover the king and promote a queen or a jack or a 10 in partner's hand, or your own hand. Because you might have one of those intermediates that gets promoted. So that's why we like to stay away from that. Sometimes you're stuck. You have a bad hand to lead from, and you will lay down an ace without a king behind it. But that's usually one of my last choices of leads. And the old saying is, aces were meant to catch kings and queens, not deuces and trays. So I think that's generally pretty good advice. Along with that is the ace underlead against suits. Now, underleading an ace would be very normal against no trump, but against suits, if you have something like ace third or ace fourth, right? If you are defending a suit contract, not no trump, but a suit contract, and you feel compelled to lead this suit, even though we don't like banging down the ace without a king behind it, if you're leading that suit, lead big. Don't lead third best or fourth best or whatever away from your ace. Because if you do that, you may never get your ace. Dummy shows up with a singleton king in that suit, or declare shows up with a singleton king, and you gave them the trip they weren't entitled to, and then you try and cash your ace later and they rough it. Well, that's tragic. We don't want that to happen. So I think the short part of that story is really just try not to lead aces, try to stay away from suits on opening lead that have aces, but no kings behind them. Usually one of my last choices of leads.
would that be true if that was your partner's bid suit?
Now, yeah, if you're leading partner's suit, then you wanna lead the ace, yeah. And you don't wanna you do wanna lead, you do wanna lead the ace, yeah. Number 3 on the bad lead list, we talked about a little bit, when we looked at the, working out the distributions on that hand. Declare's first bid suit, I mean, Declare may have a balanced hand, like that was the case, we looked at the case where they opened a club and rebid a no trump. So Declare is balanced, they probably don't have a particularly long suit, but we usually stay away from Declare's first bid suit. Since that, usually the suit they open is their longest suit. And if we lead that suit, we are typically just helping them set up that suit. Even if your lead doesn't give a trick away, like I say, you lead away from a king in their suit, and they're gonna knock the king out anyhow, you may get the trick you're entitled to, but if you're attacking their long suit, it means you're not attacking another suit where you probably have better prospects. So, yeah, Declare's first bid suit is usually not one of my choices. Queen or Jack Doubleton. If partner did not bid the suit, you will almost never find me leading Queen from Queen X or Jack from Jack X. This is usually a terrible lead. I would go as far as to say Doubletons in general are usually not good leads. People have a tendency, especially against suit contracts, they want to lead from shortness. If you're leading from shortness, leading a singleton is often attractive. Leading a doubleton is usually not. And leading from honored doubleton can be absolutely disastrous. You'd be amazed how many times if you just don't touch that queen doubleton, how many times you'll score that queen when your opponents take a losing finesse. And when you lead queen from queen doubleton, sometimes you solve a lot of Declare's problems with missing high cards. Now, partner bid the suit, absolutely lead queen from queen X or Jack from Jack X, because those are important fillers in a suit that partner is known to have some length in, and it becomes a much better lead. But yeah, if it's an unbid suit, I would typically stay away from it. And then just in general, on our length leads, things like Jack third or Jack fourth or King fourth or King fifth, empty, bad spot cards, not even a 10 or 9 or anything like that. That is usually a lead that I avoid as well. Now again, we're talking about situations where your partner didn't lead it, and we're talking mainly against suits, because to lead fourth best from say King fourth or King fifth, that would be pretty normal against no trump, right? Your king is probably not going away. You'll probably still get it. You may not get your suit set up because your suit's not great. These just, when the suits aren't that good, when there are a lot of holes, it just seems to not work out very well. I mean, even, I think there's even a big difference, with these situations here. Leading from King Jack or King Jack 10. And if you're doing this, you are adopting an attacking lead, right? Because you're leading from an honor. But, if you lead from King Jack, if partner shows up with either the ace or the queen of that suit, you've made what turns out to be a really good lead, right? But if you lead from King empty, even if partner shows up with the queen, okay, great, you force the ace, but if Declare has Jack and 10, this may not go anywhere for you, so. Why don't we take a quick break if anyone needs to run out to the bathrooms, grab a drink or whatever. We're gonna talk a little bit more about opening leads, and in particular, address Kathy's question about which card to lead, because I think that's important. And then we'll also go through our dozen.
All right, how about the one you fussed at me all day on Friday?
All day?
Yeah.
Do tell.
Leading or, no, I guess that wasn't a lead, I'm sorry, it was play. It was when I was,
Oh, you can't bring it up, this is a defense
Okay.
class.